out, play like we can play. Go out, hustle around, have some fun, eliminate those mistakes last year, and we'll go home and win it.
He's very competitive, and he takes pride in what he does.
Red 98! Red 98!
And I was always amazed, especially in the close games.
15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, John Elway.
John was the best.
Here's the give, it's to Sewell, and he's going to throw. Looking for Elway. There it comes. John makes the catch.
He is the Broncos.
In Denver, there is only one Top Gun. In 1986, John Elway's quick release and rocket-like right arm fired 19 touchdown passes. Elway's arm has mystified many cornerbacks, like the Raiders' Lester Hayes.
He has the strongest arm I've ever seen in my life. I have never seen a guy with that kind of arm in my life.
His ability to be off balance and to scramble around and make a couple guys miss and then just chuck one down the football field.
Number 7 was Denver's Houdini with a rifle, who escaped often enough and shot straight enough to keep the Bronco offense moving goalward.
There was always those moments that you marveled at with some of the throws that he could make, the arm strength stuff, his ability to feel pressure and get away from it. It was pretty incredible.
He's number 7, Johnny throws a nice ball.
He's got the great gun, probably the greatest gun in the game, the strongest arm in the game.
Let's see what Elway has in his bag of tricks here.
Spin X left trick, right, just sit it. Scramble right, 16 wide squirrel, wing 7, on 2.
It was 3rd and 17.
Elway goes back, trying to buy some time. He's going to let it go long, and Mark Jackson is there.
One of the things that always comes back to me when I think about John, too, is being on the sidelines, 2 minutes left in the game, and we're down.
It's the game right here, 4th and 6, it's the game.
Me and my teammates holding hands, on a knee, watching, and the play go up, we close our eyes, open them up.
Elway, he's got some time, flushed out, rolls out, being chased. Here's Elway, first down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, we won.
Vintage Elway. He's made some great plays just in the 3 years that I've been here.
Our offense got a chance to have the ball near the end of the game. It was like the most exciting thing because we won so many of those games. I don't know how many of them we lost. I don't know if we lost any of them like that. Maybe one or two. But I don't recall those. I recall us celebrating so many times when we were in those situations, and that'll always stick out with me. That's when I go to my grave, that'll be my last thoughts of John.
We needed that, boy.
You can say what you want to. I don't think I want anybody back there except number 7.
Who's going to win?
Broncos!
Are you sure?
Yeah!
What makes you so sure?
John Elway, the quarterback!
I think one of the things about John was there's always a sense of confidence. Regardless of what the situation was, you always felt like when he walked in the huddle that things were under control.
Here we go. We need to take it down and get us one here. Get her going right now. Relax, have some fun, and do what we can do.
He's not cocky, but he's very confident. He knows that he, at the time was one of the best players in the world in any sport. He totally trusted his decision making, he trusted his arm, but more importantly, he trusted his teammates. And he believed in them. And that breeds confidence.
29 and counting. Elway drops straight back, fires into the end zone. Ball's tipped in the air and caught. McCaffrey, touchdown! Eddie McCaffrey has got a touchdown. Ball is tipped in the air. McCaffrey comes down with it. And how do you like those Broncos?
When you're in the game, he trusts you, he believes in you, and he's going to give you a chance, so you better deliver. John treated everyone the same. He was inclusive, not divisive. And his leadership was a big part of our success.
Late in the 4th quarter, Denver found itself trailing.
Whenever we get in that situation, there's no panic, there's no fear. It's just like, let's go put some points on the board and let's go get it done.
He wasn't a rah-rah guy. He didn't yell at you. There was none of that went on.
Here we go. I left. Throw right, fullback slant on set hut. Set hut. Ray 14, wide corner, X post on set hut. Set hut, you all right? Let's just go. Spread arms left. 14 fullback post, 12-8 sideline option, right on 2. On 2, ready?
We called the play, we executed the play, but it was just the overall confidence that you had when John Elway walked in the huddle.
We need it in there. We need to get in the end zone, all right? Keep your hands in, no mistakes. Hard double wing left, 8 right, 371, X stick wide looking on, right? Be ready, Rod.
No one talked in the huddle but John. If it was one little thing he added to the play, you knew that it meant something, and that's just the way it was. Complete control of everything that was going on.
Well, they're going to throw the Hail Mary here with 6 seconds to go, feeling it is outside of Elam's range. Elway's in the shotgun, steps up in the pocket, looking long. Here goes the pass. Rod Smith up. He got it! Broncos win! Time has run out.
He took all of his blessings and he left them on the field. All his talents, his smarts, his ability to move, throw on a run, or run and dive and get a first down when we needed it, he did all that. I saw John during the offseason, and so I got to work with John during the offseason, which I got to saw his work habits. I got to saw the effort and energy and the diligence and the preciseness that he worked at when there was no cameras. And so for me as a young guy, that was probably the biggest blessing I could have got. You know, here's a guy who's the face of the entire Rocky Mountains, and he's out here working the way I'm working. He's out here, he's hitting it hard. I mean, in the weight room, he's hitting it hard, you know, running and doing all the stuff that I'm doing. So I knew right then that if I wanted to do anything, I had to work like John.
Obviously, if you watch him, watch how he prepared for games, you know, taught me a lot in terms of how to be a pro. Because when I first got to Denver, I didn't know how to be a pro. And so I always felt like if you want to be the best, you have to kind of model yourself after the best. And there was no better example than John Elway.
Set it! Here is Elway. He's going to bootleg out to the right side. He passes it to Kramer. 35, 40. He's got it. 45, 50, and down to the 49-yard line. John Elway's just gone over 40,000 yards. Broncos said they weren't going to stop the game. Well, the players took the matters into their own hands because the whole bench is out on the field.
He didn't have to say a whole lot. John was not a barker. He was not a screamer or yeller. He was just with his focus and intensity. You know, he was business.
John, 2 different thoughts. We could go for the H2 or the double go. Or do you think we should run it?
Strong safety's coming every team. I like the H2. I get to.
Yeah, me too.
You know, we've had a lot of important drives. Obviously, the one in Pittsburgh. We've had the one in Super Bowl 32.
Inside the 10, heads first. He flies inside the 5-yard line. My goodness. You want to tell me the 37-year-old man doesn't want to win this?
Because it's preparation and he required us to prepare the same way, we never felt like we had to up our game when the stakes were higher. And I think that allowed us to kind of play and be comfortable in big moments.
There's only 4 words. This one's for John. He's not only obviously an incredible football player, he was an incredible leader and friend. And so, he's the type of guy that if you made a mistake, he patted you on the back, brought you back to the huddle, threw the ball right back to you, gave you an opportunity to succeed. He didn't have to talk too much. He led through example. And obviously he meant a lot to me personally, but he meant a lot to our team and our organization over the years. And I'm so happy for the way his career finished with 2 Super Bowl championships. We don't win them without John.
Elway, play fake, deep in the pocket, pressures. John steps up, dumps it. Pass is going to be caught. Terrell Davis. He's going to have a first down, and down the sideline it goes. TD is going to be inside the 20, inside the 15, and knocked out of bounds.
There's so much I can say about John Elway that it's been a blast and fun to play with John, and he's the greatest for a reason.
The most valuable player of Super Bowl 33 is number 7, Denver quarterback John Elway.
And they have just announced that the MVP of Super Bowl 33 is John Elway. The unanimous choice. And they are going to take a knee right now with 1 minute and 23 seconds left. Elway now is going to leave the game. His helmet is off, both arms extended in the air. And if it's not his last game, it sure seems like it.